It's time for a Twisted Kid movie update.
Hello, movie minions. Jason EMMITT coming at you with more movie updates. DC movies, under the recent DCEU banner, were as a whole disappointing. And I am aware that there are those out there who disagree with me on this, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay. But the overall response from critics and fans was poor. That's not to say there weren't DC-related films that existed prior that weren't good, because there were. And one of those films, in my opinion, was Constantine. When Constantine was released, fans were a bit unhappy initially with the casting of Keanu Reeves. He didn't really look the part compared to the comic books, but the movie turned out to be pretty damn good, and since then, people have been asking if we're ever going to get a sequel. Well, we have an update. Constantine producer Lorenzo di Bonaventura recently spoke with comicbook.com, and he expressed his hopes that the film would be moving forward. That in and of itself isn't really much, but we have more information, and I'm going to tell you all about it. If you can first give me 20 seconds so I can give a real quick shout out to our sponsor, BustedTees.com. Head over to BustedTees.com, find all your geeky apparel, t-shirts, hats, stickers, socks, whatever, with cool game and movie and TV-inspired stuff on it. I promise you're going to like this stuff. And at checkout, if you use my code, Jason25945, you're going to get 20% off. That's BustedTees.com, promotional code Jason25945. All right, so the original film hit the big screen in 2005. Then, in 2012, Guillermo del Toro struck a deal with the studios to create a Justice League Dark film. That would feature DC's roster of supernatural characters, one of those being John Constantine. So, what happened? Well, DC has gone through a few changes, and the boat was pretty rocky there for a bit. In 2023, director Francis Lawrence said that he and Keanu Reeves had been brainstorming ideas, but every time they started to dial it in, the management of DC Studio would change. Now, they first announced they were working on it again back in 2022. But then last year we had the strike and everything came to a halt. Lawrence did have this to say. It's still the very beginning, as the strike put it on hold for a little bit. So we're probably going to start getting back together after Thanksgiving and dig back in to try and crack it. Okay, so there was some of the holdup right there, and, well, we have the whole DC Studio reboot thing happening right now. As you know, that strike he referred to ended a few months ago, and we recently heard that Constantine 2 has officially entered development again. But there's the whole James Gunn DC situation, and the big question of where does that put Constantine in Gunn's timeline? The simple answer is it probably doesn't. This wouldn't actually be a part of Gunn's DC universe, but rather a part of the Elseworlds. Now, to me, this might be a really good idea. I don't know yet. This would be similar to the vein of The Batman, which, in my opinion, is one of the better Batman outings. But they still have the occasional really bad outing, so we just, Lawrence has let it be known that they have a bit more control this time around as well. Now, that first film, it did end up rated R, but the initial push was for the PG rating, so they held back a lot on what they wanted to do with the film. This one will reportedly be R, and that's going to allow Lawrence and Reeves to explore some darker storylines. We've also heard it's going to explore the fact that the character is older now and how that affects his chosen profession. Now look, I'm down with this, and I'm glad to hear that not only are things progressing, but that it would seem the studios are being a little smarter about it. Now, there have been some rumblings and rumors, such as Constantine making an appearance in the upcoming Swamp Thing film. If that is true, I'm not sure if it means Gunn will want to tie the whole Keanu Reeves thing into his universe, or if it's going to be a different version, similar to how we get, to seeing two Batmans here soon. I personally think they should avoid doing this too much, as it's going to get confusing, which was part of the problem we had with DC to begin with. But what do you guys think? Are you pleased they're working on another film? And do you think it should be kept separate, or should they add it to the Gunn DC roster? Anyway, thanks for watching my movie minions. Please subscribe and share. And until next time, why don't you go check out the DC animated Justice League Dark film? It's pretty good. And stay awesome.
Thank you for watching the mixtape. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon for notifications when new videos come out. And remember to always stay awesome.